I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Robb McGee.
And this is Real Talk with Robb and Craig on Thursday, the 6th of May, 2021. And today we are talking about
credit scores, the things that impact them, and some things that you're going to need to be aware of if you're applying to purchase a home. First, a lot of folks have on their credit report disputes. Craig's moving out of the sun a little bit.
Yeah, I can't.
The sun's coming right in. You're going to have disputes on your credit bureau if there's been accounts that you say, hey, this should not be a collection on my account, or hey, this amount is wrong. Any kind of active dispute, if you're buying a home, you have to remove it. And you're going to want to do that before we pull your credit. The reason for that is if the account is disputed, the score does not reflect the correct information. So when it's time to apply for your credit and you're going to be buying a home, this is not true if you're applying for a credit card, but if you're buying a home, the dispute has to be removed. So you call us. We have a toll-free number or a direct line number where we can help you get those disputes removed.
So I have a question on that.
Yeah.
Because back in the early 2000s, you could do disputes on everything, and it's like it wasn't there. So
Right.
you would have people that would just dispute because
Dispute everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it changed where you can't have any disputes.
Right.
Then it changed to where you can dispute it if it has a zero balance.
Yes. So what the disputes we have to have removed are the active disputes, meaning an account that still has a balance. Even if it's $1, if there's a balance on it, you can't have it disputed. The credit bureau has to be able to factor that into your score, or you won't qualify. So we need to remove it unless it's a zero balance. And Craig, you're right. That's a great point. If you have a dispute on a zero balance account, you can leave it on.
What about credit freezes?
A freeze on credit means either we're not going to be able to pull your profile. It'll come back and say there's a freeze on this account, and it'll come back unscorable. And you can have that on just one bureau, or you might have it on all three. Regardless, you can't have any freezes. We need to help you remove the freeze too. Why? Because we have to see your whole credit picture in order to have an accurate score.
That's cold.
It's a freeze.
It's like Vanilla Ice wrote this.
I
Anyway.
think he did.
Then we're going to move to Rescores.
Mm-hmm.
Robb does a lot of Rescores. I don't actually do them that much. I refer everybody to him because he's kind of dialed it in on working. It's called a what if simulator.
Yeah.
So why would somebody that we've known for, let's say, a year,
Okay.
why would they use us and not a credit repair company?
Well, a couple of reasons. First, a credit repair company is going to charge you monthly or a large upfront fee in order to make some of the same changes. Now, sometimes a credit repair company, and we have some good ones, are what's needed. There may be something that needs to be repaired on your credit that we can't take care of. But oftentimes, and this is a service that the Lee McGee team provides for its clients when necessary, if you have a credit score that is a little lower than it should be, or a little lower than you want it to be, we can run this simulator to see if there's some immediate improvement we can help you achieve simply by paying down revolving credit card debt. We'll run the simulator for you, tell you what path you need to take, and then we'll do what's called a rapid rescore. A rapid rescore means it happens within 5 business days as opposed to waiting for the next month or the next billing cycle on your credit card, so we can get it taken care of right away. And that's something we do for our clients if it's necessary. If it's not necessary, we won't even bother you with it. But if we can help you achieve a lower interest rate by raising your credit score, we'll help you do that.
That's all good information, and it takes people from one interest rate to another. Usually, is a big thing why we're doing it.
Yeah, sometimes you're right on the borderline of, interest rates are determined by what they call buckets. And so they tend to move in 20-point increments with your credit score. If you're 2 points away from being in the next higher tier, it might be worth investigating.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
The next thing is how you have credit scores and what it's based on.
A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah. So when we get all the time, what's your interest rate? Well, it depends on your credit score, your loan to value. so on and so on. Well, somebody will say, well, I've got 850 FICO, or I've got a 900 FICO. Well, that's
no such thing.
yeah.
So,
So when people are usually looking at those really high numbers, it's a beacon. Beacon is for buying a car. It's completely different than when you purchase a home.
Right.
In addition to that, your credit scores, it's going to say that you have to have 2 lines of credit to get a credit score, which I didn't know that. I thought if you had 1 or
No.
you know, but
they
they're
have to
asking for 2.
have enough information to be able to create a score for you.
6 months of accounting history is actually what it is. So when you're doing that, and if you don't have credit or you're looking to reestablish credit, call us. Let us tell you some of the things that we've done to help other people with that. What's kind of some of the things that affect your FICO score?
One of the biggest things, and people don't realize this, is credit utilization. All this means is if you have a credit card and you had the audacity to use it and you charged it up, that can actually be dragging down your credit score, even if you've made every payment on time. So if you have an account that has a $1,000 credit limit and you have a $1,000 balance, the credit bureaus look at that unfavorably because you've used all of your available line. So one of the things we'll help you to do is to pay down that balance, which will improve your score. And usually it's a simple thing. Sometimes we've had people improve their scores by paying down a $300 credit line credit card that had $300 charged on it. It was really inexpensive to do, but by reducing that balance, the score popped up because the credit utilization improved, the percentage of utilization. And believe it or not, that accounts for 30% of your credit score. It's a huge factor.
Yeah, it is. In addition to that, what Rob's saying is pay it down to 20%. So if it's $1,000, you want a $200 balance on. The reason is you want to show that you can still make your payments on time, and it gives everybody that sees that warm fuzzy feeling.
Yeah.
That
it shows you're managing your credit well. So the other thing that has a huge impact on your credit score, and this is something that won't surprise you, is payment history. It accounts for 35% of your overall score. If you've been late on payments or you're missing payments, it's going to drag down your score. And the only way to really impact that is to let time go by from when you had your last late payment. But it's something that we always caution and we coach our people on if you're in credit repair. Don't do all of this work and pay down accounts and get everything looking pretty and then be late one time because it could undo everything you've done. So paying your payment on time is really important. And you know, one thing I advise people to do, if you have a bill due on the 10th, pay it on the 9th. Pay it a day early. Don't pay it a day late, even if they're not reporting that. Those things can help your score, and it shows good credit management.
To touch on that, if you have your mortgage and it's coming out on the 1st and you're paying on the 5th every month, just remember you're paying 5 days of interest.
Extra interest.
That is going to be less for you. You're not going to be considered late, but if there's any way to make sure that you're paying your especially your house payment the same day every single month, it will save you tons of money in the long run. Let me do this stuff. It's different for me.
Well, what Craig's looking at right here is credit score changes and credit score improvement. And really, we've kind of touched on the big things. Be aware of this. Credit scores can change daily. It's not something that just changes once a month. Depending on the time of month that we pull your credit, your score could be different because your balances could be different, or another payment could have applied, or if you've just bought something and a charge gets added to one of your revolving debts, it could change what score is reported. So be aware of that. It's something that if you're right on the borderline, we might even be asking you, hey, have you bought anything lately? When does your bill come out? You know, we'll try to kind of manage that a little bit for you because credit reports change daily. And the key thing is know that you can impact your score and we'll help you do it. So call us. If you think your credit score is not going to allow you to qualify for a home, we will help. You may be right, but we'll help you fix that. We have a philosophy here. If anybody is truly committed to improving their credit score and you do what we tell you to do and you want to buy a home, we'll get you approved. It may take a little bit of time, But we believe the answer is never no. It just is not today, but we'll help you get approved in the future. Yeah. Never think that you can't buy a home. You just have to be committed to doing what is needed.
And I think we've helped people that took like 2 years.
Yes.
A couple times. So.
Yeah, some of them are long paths. And we've helped people that were certain they'd never be able to buy a house. 30 days later, they're approved.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that it's kind of a hit and miss when you're trying to play with your credit scores. I've always told people you want to have a card loan, a house payment, and you want to have one credit card. Mm-hmm. That kind of touches on all three things. If you have those for 6 to 8 months and pay everything perfect like you should, your credit scores are going to go through the roof.
Yeah, you're giving the credit bureaus a lot of data to work with.
So it's not just shooting in the dark. You come if you need help with your credit or you think you might, call us. And we want to say thanks to Barb Lovejoy with Universal Credit. She is amazing. Anytime we've called her, I think she's the best in America. And I apologize, my dog is going nuts out there, and there's a UPS guy.
Our watchdog. Oh, we've got a UPS delivery. So while Craig is going to do that, grant access to our UPS driver, I'm going to wrap this up for this week. I know that we just gave quite a bit of information, and if you're one of the people who needs credit repair or you have a question on your credit report, call us. Even if you're not wanting to buy a house right away, if you have a question, let us know and we'll answer it for you and we'll put you on the right path. So reach out. The numbers are right here. Call Craig or call myself. We'll answer your questions. There's no obligation. We'd be glad to help you. So for Craig Lee, who's getting a UPS package, and Robb McGee, this is Real Talk. Thanks for watching.